Welcome to the Curiosity Wiki Channel. Today's video will be a special one. We will try to explain what index funds are and which are the best index funds for you. We have prepared you top 5 index funds that you could buy today and make a lot of money in the shortest possible time. What are index fund investments? We have prepared this video for all of you who want to improve their knowledge in this field. Here's what an index fund is, basically, just like a big basket of actions you can buy, and you want to have a small piece of all of them. It's like going to the confectionery and having hundreds of kinds of cookies you can buy, and each costs $5. At that price it gets expensive to taste them all, to see which ones are better, right? So, instead of the confectionery you have another option. You get a box of 20 samples that contains a piece of each cookie, so you get a small portion of all of them. That would cost you a lot less than buying each one individually. The same kind of concept works for index funds. Instead of going to the stock shop and buying each stock individually, you could buy an index fund that contains a small portion of everything. Those who have made the investment in index funds have outperformed 99 active investors over a 20-year period, and with little work. You don't have to read earnings reports or research stocks. All you have to do is buy consistently, and that's it. Firstly, you can buy index funds for small companies or large companies. Secondly, there are also index funds that value location. Thirdly, other index funds may track a specific business or sector, such as restaurants, real estate, technology industries, and so on. And fourthly, they may also track currency bonds and treasuries. So, no matter who you are or what you want to invest in, there is always a type of index fund to invest in. That being said, here it is, the top 5 index funds to invest in, and we'll tell you exactly why they're so good, how much they cost, and how you can get them. Maybe it might seem like a pretty simple concept, but not all index funds are created equal, and some will end up making you more money than others. Hey, if you're here, don't forget to subscribe to the Curiosity Wiki YouTube channel. Activate the bell to be the first to see the new videos. Number 5 on the list is VFAIX. This is a Vanguard Index mutual fund that tracks the SP 500 index, the 500 largest publicly traded stocks in the United States. Buying this index fund is basically the equivalent of buying into the largest 500 companies in the US, and you get access to all the big corporations like Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and so on. Now, if that seems like the perfect index fund, why is it in 5th place? Well, that's it. Because as much as we love this index, there are some very, very small disadvantages, if we can call them like this. First of all, there is $3,000 minimum to buy into this fund, so if you are looking after a fund that doesn't require $3,000, this fund will not be right for you. There is, however, another fund called VU that has no minimum to buy it. VFAIX also has a 0.04% commission. What does that mean? It means it will cost you $4 for every $10,000 you invest. I don't think that would be a huge disadvantage. But as you'll see, there are some more cost-effective options. The advantage with Vanguard is that they are basically the pioneer of low-cost index funds, and this company has been around for a very, very long time. This fund was founded in 1976 and is one of the longest-running index funds. So you get the best funds, even if they're not the cheapest. Wondering what is the difference between VFAIX and VU? VU has a slightly smaller price, of only 0.03% commission. Now we are moving on to number 4. This might be the perfect investment you can make. This is VTSAX. What makes this one so special is that it encompasses the entire US stock, all in one fund. It's pretty much everything. Whether it's a small cap fund, mid cap, large cap, pretty much any industry you can think of, this index fund covers it all. Of course, there's always a chance the SP 500 will do better, but there's always a chance it won't. So, feel free to invest in everything, with the hope that over time the market will continue to grow, even if some of them will fail. Now surely you are wondering again, why is it only number 4? And this one has a few small, minor disadvantages. Well, this is no surprise that there is a $3,000 minimum. Now, if you don't want that, you can opt to buy the VTI fund, which is pretty much the same, but has no minimum. This is perfect as long as you have enough money to buy the actions. But unfortunately, this fund can't reinvest automatically like you can with VTSAX. So it's a bit more work because everything works manually. Now let's go to the third place, SWPPX. This index started in 1997, and that also tracks the SP 500 index. It's very similar to the VFAIX that we mentioned earlier, except there are a few small differences. First, it doesn't have a minimum, so there isn't that $3,000 minimum like the ones listed so far. The second difference is that this one has only 0.02% commission fee, which is half of that at Vanguard. In other words, you save $2 a year for every $1,000 invested, but hey, if you have $1 million invested, that's $200 a year savings. Now, here's the thing about index funds. They want to mirror the SP 500 and do their best to replicate it as closely as possible. Though they will never be accurate. That's why you'll see some minor differences between each. I hope you're still here with us, to move on to the next index fund, FXAIX. This is the loyalty version of SP 500. And lately they have been using some pretty aggressive marketing to try to reach a new audience. Here's one secret we'll tell you. Most brokers realize that millennials will one day be the ones running things, even if they don't have much money now. But in a few decades they will have, and every broker wants to take advantage of that. That's why they've recently done an upgrade to their entire business model, and made something not many companies have done. What did they do? They lowered their commission. Those commissions are actually operating expenses, because it costs money to manage such a fund. But Fidelity's strategy is to cut costs and turn them into savings to you. They'll take you as a client and hope you'll stay with them for a long time. Long enough for them to eventually make money off you. This index fund has a commission of 0.015%. Moreover, it has no minimum investment. Sure, you might only be saving 50 cents a year for every $10,000 you invest, but every penny counts, and this is a very good choice. Alright, and now we move on to number 1. With all things taken into consideration so far, regarding index funds, the best choice would be FZROX, Fidelity Total Free Stock. Fidelity's FZROX covers much of the same exact thing as Vanguard, except unlike Vanguard, which has a $3,000 minimum, FZROX has no minimum. And another important point, unlike Vanguard, which has 0.04% commission, FZROX has none. Yes, it's completely free. That's been an important thing for the entire index fund. Fidelity was the first to come out with a completely free fund. A company like Vanguard doesn't need to pursue a free index fund. Why? Because a company like Vanguard has brand recognition and loyalty. In order to attract clients as a new brand, Fidelity have reduced their fees on certain indices to 0, and they hope that will be enough to attract you. We like Vanguard, but once you start getting more and more money, the commission starts to add up, and with Fidelity you'll save $400 a year for every $1 million you earn. That said, we hope we've given you a better understanding of what index funds are, and how they can make you a lot of money. You just need to do your research, and always look for new opportunities. Thank you for watching this Curiosity Wiki video. If you like our video, do not forget to subscribe, like and share.